Amp needs to go ahead and let it go. Detective Davis and Doc just get together already, and Carla and Madam will forever be the most entertaining combo in the All the Queensmen universe. What's good, y'all? It's your sister Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another All the Queensmen video, and in this one I'm doing my breakdown for season 3 episode number 16. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my All the Queensmen content and conversations. I did already owe y'all this. I'm sorry it's about 2 weeks late, but this freaking season finale was lackluster at best. I do have a couple of highlights that I really enjoyed about the episode, but most of this is going to be a pretty critical breakdown and review because I think that they dropped the ball for this to be the season finale. We cannot get to season 4 fast enough because the concierge is supposed to be returning according to Christian Keys in season 4, and the way that season 3 then limped up out of here, I'm like, at this point we're gonna go ahead and act like season 3 didn't happen because we need a concierge in our life. But let's go ahead and get into it. At any point in this breakdown, in this video, feel free to drop down into the comment section and share your thoughts, your theories, and your predictions. Be on the lookout, and if you haven't, again, subscribe, because I will be coming with the what's next for most of the main characters, as well as exploring some of the storylines that we are left with a cliffhanger about. So that All the Queensmen conversations will not stop, even though we are currently in between seasons. I will also keep you updated on ericavane.com for when we know that season 4 will actually premiere. It has been shot. They went into production in December of 2023, so it could be on the way very, very soon. Again, keep it locked with your good sis because I got you. Now, let's start off with what I like, child, because it's not as much as what I didn't like, and I think I have a lot to share about this, and I think that we are probably going to agree with a lot of it. First things first, Doc and Detective Davis. It started out real tragic, real bad. I thought that Detective Davis had made a real big fall from grace. At the end of her ropes, about to lose her damn detective status, her job, and take her ass to jail because, girl, you are cutting all types of corners, and come to find out you actually falling in love. But then also another plot twist that we learned in this episode is that she's actually still conspiring to save her job. So now I'm gonna have to go back, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm gonna go back and watch season 2 because I do recall the chief actually asking her if she was ready to go like really deep and cut a couple corners because that's what she had been known to do before. And at this point, I think that this is probably the best Easter eggy kind of like build up storyline that we have gotten in this season with a little bit of legs on it, because for the most part in the last 10 episodes we only got to see Detective Davis like literal fall from grace. Like, okay, she's turning, she done broke bad, she's taking money from Madam, she fucking Doc, like she doing all of the things that's going to get her fired. So clearly she don't care about this job, but I feel like there is some type of backdoor deal that's going on. We don't know who she was actually speaking to at the end of the episode, but we know that she's talking to somebody. She's bringing in the shirt that ties to the loss of life of Tina from season 1, which is like, okay, not y'all actually revisiting past storylines and something and tying some loose ends up. I can appreciate that. Y'all know I love some really strong storytelling, and if we're about to wrap that back into Detective Davis's redemption story, I can get with it. And then you also have the layers of like, okay, she's going to take this t-shirt in that she found at Doc's place. It's going to implicate him, but she is not actually going after Doc. She is 100% focused on Madam. She is trying to bring Madam down. Unfortunately, Doc is probably going to be collateral damage, and for me, the little moment that we get to see of her actually sniffing the shirt proves that she's actually in love with Doc the same way that Doc is falling for her. And I actually do love the element of they both don't actually want to admit it. She's leaning heavily in reference to like communicating the affection directly towards him, but I think the moment that we get to see her in the car again sniffing the shirt, it lets the audience know like, yeah, she's a little bit in over her head when it comes to him emotionally, which is going to add a really nice layer to the conflict for them next season. We already got to see specifically in this episode Doc talking about like he has to listen to what Madam says. Madam looks out for him, and though he doesn't want to stop dealing with Detective Davis, he's going to do it because of Madam. And I think that we're going to see an increase strain or conflict for him with this, because he does have an emotional tie to Detective Davis at this particular point, and it's going to call into question his allegiance to Madam until he actually finds out about this shirt getting taken from his house. But also, Doc, what the hell were you thinking? Why do we have any of Tina's clothes at our house? Like, what? I'm gonna need you to be for real. For y'all to be some gangsters, y'all, I'm a gangster, don't push me. It's giving dumb. It's giving you want to take your ass to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Like, let's be for real. So I will say that that Detective Davis and Doc were definitely the highlights for this episode for me, even though they didn't have as much screen time as some other elements. I can get with what they putting down. And again, we don't get to see the concierge in this particular episode. We have been missing him since like episode 2 of this season. I don't know how we go a whole entire season without seeing the man who basically is the biggest villain, the greatest antagonist to our protagonist. Like, everybody else is no match for Madam, y'all. I'm going to talk about Miss Tandy because we end the episode off with Madam going to go threaten Miss Tandy again, but Miss Tandy is in over her head. She thinks that she's doing something and her ass is going to end up dead, y'all. And honestly, I can't wait for it because, ma'am, you should have just stuck to your little sugar mama life, because you're really not built for this gangster gutter okay? You're not built to go up against Madam. But again, I'm going to talk about that in the parts that I don't like, because again, I don't think that she's actually a good adversary for Madam. Second thing that I like, Carla and Madam. Carla and Madam will get me every single time, y'all. Like, them going back and forth as sisters, them having this animosity, but also still feeling like you have that little like through line of like, you actually do love each other. Like, Madam, you could kill Carla, but you ain't gonna kill Carla. Carla, you could kill Madam, but you ain't gonna kill Madam. And I really appreciate that out of Madam's life, Carla is probably one of the very few people who has the gravitas, who has the boldness, who has the courage, who has the I don't give a f***ness to her, that's actually going to challenge Madam. Sometimes Madam need to be told that her shit stinks, and Carla's going to be the one to do it. Now, she comes in this episode and she's asking for money in exchange for information about Trouble and Champ, who got kidnapped because they did some goofy stuff and then robbed the wrong people. I didn't really love how they actually integrated this storyline, because we have been told since season 1, like this was the end of season 1, that we learned that Madam is actually sitting at the top of the Black Rock Boys. So if they rob the Black Rock Boys, why in the hell can't Madam just make a call and get their asses freed and then deal with them on her own accord? Carla over here talking about somebody here got a roll. You got to give me $2,000 for this information. I'm gonna try to return them safely. And then before she can actually return them safely, Big D is creeping around doing some goofy shit, and he happens to free them. The biggest area of like opportunity in this whole episode, y'all, is like the lack of plausibility for how they actually had things roll around. You got Big D pop up randomly, discover these two in the basement of some damn house, and we don't get to see what he does to actually free them. We don't get to see them actually being tortured by these people. We only get to see a little bit of blood, a little bit this, a little bit that. So like, how are we supposed to actually register that this happened? How are we supposed to actually register what Big D is capable of? He just talking about, I got a special set of skills. Special, like what? Magic, nigga? Like, what is your special set of skills? You didn't free these two who got kidnapped by supposedly the most gangster crew in Atlanta, and you ain't had to touch nobody, you ain't had to kill nobody, you ain't had to hurt nobody, you just did it in silence because you just that great. I think not, okay? I don't actually like that. I don't believe any of this particular parts of the storyline. I felt like the writer was definitely rushing for those things, and they wanted to get to a particular place, so they just wrote it that way, and we don't actually get to see any of those things, and the story suffered because of it. But it did lend itself to propping up the conversations with Carla and Madam, and we get like 3 of them in this episode, and I really enjoyed them because I enjoyed their banter. I enjoy Carla challenging Madam, and I'm still trying to figure out if Carla is actually honoring her father's wishes and trying to get on Madam's team and trying to support her and decide to like put all her pettiness aside, or if she got some other agenda as well. When she left and she's talking about Madam got a day to decide who's going to die behind this, I'm like, girl, who sent you to tell this? Like, at this point, Carla, you want somebody to believe that you listening to your father's orders and honoring his death wish, but then you also communicating the ultimatum to Madam, and you know she don't take kindly to ultimatums. Like, where's the solutions? You run around here poor, you begging for money, you doing this, you doing that. Like, I don't know. And I actually am excited because I don't know where Carla stands. And then y'all already know how I feel about El Fuego and Madam. They have one moment where El Fuego is communicating what went down with his computer early on and what information was communicated. And I'm just sitting up there sopping it up like it's gravy for a damn biscuit, because I really enjoy how they interact within the scenes. I think that the actor who plays El Fuego is completely dropped in. He has very, very intense eyes. And for whatever reason, I cannot let go the idea of them getting romantically involved. I know. Y'all have read me for filth. I've been talking about this pretty much all throughout the second half of this season, y'all. And I get it. El Fuego ain't as strong and as bold, and he ain't about this criminal life, and he can't handle Madam. But sometimes it be the opposite that actually be the right. Like that it's the person that's actually going to be aligned the most. El Fuego is caring. El Fuego is kind. El Fuego is smart. Don't y'all think Madam deserves somebody somebody like that. And he don't have to, like, Madam's partner does not actually have to be somebody just as gutter, just as cutthroat, just as criminal. She might actually need some peace. Like, El Fuego could be her peace. I know y'all about to read me in the comment section. Go ahead and do y'all thing. I just had to get that out there because it's definitely one of my favorite interactions. All right, so those are the 3 things that I enjoyed about the episode. I had already alluded to parts of what I didn't, but I got a whole damn long list. So let's get into it. Let's start off with goofy ass Amp. Annoying ass Amp. I need my ass whooped ass Amp. Because, sir, don't nobody give a damn about these Trader Joe flowers that you got tucked behind your back and you popping up at Dom's house like a goddamn stalker. Sir, please go to hell swiftly. Okay? The way that Amp is making the bare minimum efforts to quote unquote apologize for being the antithesis of a boy and a downright dastardly human being to Dom, and then expecting her to immediately accept his apology because he's entitled to it. Sir, again, go to hell. This is the problem with men in our society today. They got a couple missteps, they do some goofy and then because I'm sorry, or they know the words I'm sorry, but don't actually know the genuine actions that need to go behind it, because guess what? An apology means nothing if you ain't got no damn change of behavior. They expect that you're supposed to be like smiling all gleefully like, oh, okay, it's all good. It's fine that you just hung up like some Christmas lights. It's fine that you killed your first love. It's fine that you disrespected me over the course of however many weeks just because you got pissed about some that your aunt did behind some information that she got from me. All of it's fine. It's great. Everybody in the comment section, please understand this. If you are rallying for Amp, you will not know peace here, because Amp gets no damn peace and neither does his supporters. The way that this man was so narcissistic, so disrespectful, and just utterly disgusting, and y'all think that he's supposed to just be forgiven because he wants forgiveness. He has said in various episodes that Dom needs to stop playing games and just forgive him, and he getting tired of apologizing. Your ass is not really sorry. Your ass is not really apologetic if there's conditions to the damn apology. Let's be clear. And that was on full display in this episode, because she ain't take these goofy ass Trader Joe flowers from your ass. And I'm not shading Trader Joe flowers because I love them too, y'all. Be clear. Listen to what I'm saying. Because she ain't take these Trader Joe flowers from you, because she ain't going to accept the apology, because she has not dropped her damn draws and started thinking you again. You getting tired of her blowing you off. You getting tired of her not accepting your apology. Okay, so be tired. You pissed off? It's better to be pissed off than pissed on. I'm excited that Dom is finally paying Amp's ass dust, because he deserves nothing. You need a therapist, not a girlfriend. You need a therapist, not a buddy. You don't even need to be working in the establishment that you're working in, because you done already killed one of their damn patients because you're mentally unstable. Something is wrong. Amp is borderline psychotic, and again, y'all will not know peace in the comment section if you come to back his ass up. Hated it. Hated everything about it. But clearly this is also going to be Amp's Breaking Bad moment. We got to see the little foreshadowing 2 episodes ago when he was in the gym with El Fuego talking about Dom is not taking my apology, so I'm getting tired of apologizing. I'm about to just stop and go back to my ways. This shows that you are the raggedy that you trying to pretend that you're not. The performance of you actually being a good guy is a performance. It's not who you actually are, and that's perfectly fine. But keep your ass out of Dom's face if that's the case. That's it. That's all. Next up, Big D. Again, y'all, I don't like the fact that they just made it work. I don't trust Big D. It's giving he's an undercover cop. It's giving he's a fed. It's giving something is going on and your ass is not actually criminal. Every bit of his dialogue in the last 5 episodes, ever since he got freed or saved and Madam didn't kill his ass, every bit of it points to you're trying to set Madam up. You just so gleefully ready to just bend over backwards and serve Madam. You just want to be a part of the organization. You want her to use your special skills, sir. It feels like you're building up a damn case, and I'm clocking it. You seem like a nice guy. I love the New Orleans accent and all that, but also you about to be the damn fall of damn Madam, so your ass got to go. Y'all, why did we only get Tommy to give Madam breakfast in this episode? This is the season finale, and y'all gonna give us the most minuscule amount of Tommy in it. At this point, Tommy and Blue are playing backup singers, and I don't appreciate that. And then while I did speak about Detective Davis with the little plot twist, feeding her particular storyline with Doc, I did not actually like it in reference to it just being this thing at the very end and she just starts talking. I felt like we needed to have a little bit more, but again, we'll probably get that in season 4. I think that's pretty much everything aside from Madam going to go talk to Miss Tandy, and we got the repetitive ass conversation that we had already gotten 2 episodes ago. Y'all, Miss Tandy can go if you ask me. I'm over it. The storyline is running dry. Baby boy, Babyface, whatever your name is, you cannot be a sugar baby mooching off of this lady and then coming into her house telling her who the hell she can talk to and who she can't talk to. You do realize she is financing your damn lifestyle. Well, first of all, I'd be damned to be a sugar mama, but I'd be damned to be a sugar mama and have a sugar baby coming here telling me what the hell I can and cannot do. If you don't sit your goofy ass down and get out of my face, get out of grown folks' business. And now, y'all, the video running a little bit long, so let me know what I missed in the comment section down below. Maybe I'll comment on it in another video. Again, I do have my what's next for every single character, starting with Madam and predictions for season 4. I also have already done a video breaking down the 35 new characters that we're going to see in season 4. I will link that right here so that you can check it out. If you made it all the way through this video and you have yet to subscribe, I don't know what you're waiting for, child. Just go ahead and do it. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.